We all have that one friend, right? The one that's really hard work and they haven't really moved on from school. They often refuse to educate themselves. Um, they don't want to take responsibility for their lives or their mistakes or their future. Side note, stay to the end for wisdom of the day. That's a new feature I'm trying out. Wisdom of the day. All right, yeah. So we've all got this one friend who's not moved forward and not grown as personally, in life and lifted themselves up, not elevated themselves up. All right. Often they've got no progress or acknowledgement. I forgot there. In fact, no hint of wanting to help themselves. I got some notes down here. All right. They don't want to help themselves, and they seem to go downward in a spiral and trying to drag you down with them. Okay, so think of this as a case study. All right, two girls, and one of them starts getting jealous of the other girl having a good relationship and a good bloke and things are going well, and the other girl's really jealous. So what she does is she starts to plant the seed of doubt. She'll make up some BS about the other bloke. The bloke's doing this or the bloke's doing that, and you shouldn't put up with this and you shouldn't put up with that. And it'll turn into a maelstream of bad jealousy and negativity. And we all have seen or heard of somebody like this. It's not an unusual case study. I mean, does it sound familiar? Like things I've said before about crabs in a bucket trying to pull the other person back down. All right. But this is not you. You've educated yourself. You've done the homework and you've done all the hard work. And you're taking responsibility for your past actions. And now you're taking responsibility for your future. All right. And you're the only one who can do this. You're the only one that can control this. All right. So back to the question. Why would anybody want to be around you? Well, number one, you're adventurous. You got your own stories and you're adventurous in your own way. Number two, you love to laugh, either at yourself, with comedies, with friends, and just being a happy, positive person. Number three, you include others. You get involved, whether you're part of a community, whether you just buy raffle tickets, whether you sponsor somebody, some donations. There's something you get involved with as being part of a community. All right, so that's three things. But wait, Paul, I hear you say. So if this doesn't sound like you, but you wish it was, where to start? Well, you fake it till you make it. There's no reason why you can't start doing one of these now, It's like a snowball effect. And I don't mean from Stuart Little. So, write down three things that you can do now. I forgot. Jokes, sponsorships, connecting with a community, whether it's scouts, or whether it's an allotment and help digging over somebody else's garden or something like that. You can get involved. There's time somewhere. You have got time somewhere. At the weekend, in an evening, you can find just a few hours if you really want to. Now, you've said you want to take responsibility for your future and your life right now. So these are some things that you can do for real, now, tangible. Go and connect with a group. Go and do some community work. Go and sponsor somebody. Get involved. And then you could start learning some jokes. You could start enjoying comedies and finding things funny. Laughing at yourself. That is one of the best ways, because if you laugh at yourself, then it saves somebody else taking the mickey out of you because you've done it first. And it helps people to connect that this is genuine, authentic. So those are 2-3 easy things to get involved with and start making yourself. And in regards to the first one, being adventurous, why don't you go out for a walk in the woods? That way you've got a story to say. Oh, last weekend, right? I went out for a walk in the woods and I got lost. Oh, I fell over and down this little slope, And then I could smell garlic. And then next thing I know, there's some dog walker walking by, and I come out of the bushes looking like I've done something I shouldn't have been doing. And the dog starts licking me or whatever. It's your story. But it's so easy to build those three things, to implement them in your life right here, right now. Fake it till you make it if you're not already doing those things. All right. So as I said, wisdom of the day. Right. Now this might sound a bit odd or a bit defeatist or a bit out of the box thinking, but you've got an optimum amount of time to have real friends in your life, real engagement and connectivity. You might be really scheduled, you might be doing overtime. You might have a lot of family commitments. But to be really authentic and connect with people, you have to give them that time. And you've only got so much time. So, for example, if you choose only to have, 3 friends in your life, maybe you've got work commitments, maybe you've got family commitments, maybe you've got something else that you're committed to that takes your time, then you can schedule a little bit of time for one of those 3 friends each week. So then over the 3 weeks, you're maintaining relationships and building bridges with your real friends. Now, everybody's individual. So, for example, you might have 5 or 6 friends and less other commitments. And that's fine. But you've only got a finite amount of energy, mental energy and physical energy. And if you don't want to be 100% reliant and dependent on one person giving you all that connection and love back, so for example, a girlfriend or even maybe a family member, maybe your brother or something, if you want to get off the suckling of the energy and the love you get from that person, spread it out over 3, 4 or 5 people. Because one day, now I don't want to be negative, but one day that big person in your life may not be around. And so if like in the film with Hugh Grant, what was it? About a Boy, separate your time into different segments. All right, so you might spend a bit of time with your family, a lot of time at work, a little bit of alone time, and then the last little bit maybe with 1 or 2 friends. And you keep those bridges and those avenues open. Because one day that big chunk of pie of time may disappear. All right, people don't live forever. We don't know what the future is. So it's not a safe bet, but it's a smart bet. Is to separate your time. Now, I can attest to this directly because a family member of mine was like that, like really, really close with our mother. And our mother was quite young. She was 65. And then she got COVID and died. And now my relative is no longer like that with our mum because our mum is passed away. And so that left a massive chunk of time and connection that should have been with multiple people or with other friends. Now it's just gone. And same with me, when my whole life has always been my partner. And when that disappears, it is gone, there's just a massive, massive void. And it leaves you so empty and lost. And so then you realize you have to build up your friendships and your relationships with family and things like this. So, as I said, segment your time, 4 or 5 people, maybe even just 2 people. But have people in your life because at some point, somebody's going to go. All right? So, that's wisdom of the day. But just quick recap to bring it all back together. What did I say? The 3 things. You're adventurous, you love to laugh, and you include others. That's why people want to be with you. People love you. You're an awesome, amazing, creative person. Now remember that. Keep it in your head all the time and keep striving to move forward, to grow as a person. All right? That's all I want to say. Grow as a person, get out there and do some stuff. All right? That's it. It's that simple. It's that simple. So just go out there and do it. All right. Love you guys. Bye for now. You're still here? You're still listening? Well, that's very kind of you. It's very kind of you to stick around. Well, in that case, I'll share a bit more about me. This week, I've been very adventurous. I've tried to upload the videos and schedule them so they come out for next week. But this week, I've climbed 3 mountains in my area. They call it the 3-Peak Challenge. And young people do it over 24 hours, which doesn't give you enough time to enjoy it and you're exhausted. But I've gone out on my own, taken my camper van out, which is what I live in, and I've gone to the north of Wales, and I did Snowdon. That took me 2.5 hours to get up, and about 5 hours altogether. And then yesterday I did Scaffold Pike, which is in the north of England. That took me a little bit longer, like 2 hours 45. No, the first one was 2 hours 45. This one was 2 hours 35. And then tomorrow, I'm in Glasgow now. Tomorrow, I'm going to go up round towards Ben Nevis, Fort William, and go and climb up Ben Nevis. Now, I've never climbed a mountain in my life, and I'm nearly 50. And I've had to take a day's rest in between each one. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy walking, and I've walked, like for an hour every day for the last sort of 6 months. And so walking, I'm kind of getting to enjoy and be connected with my thoughts. But they say you should go push yourself outside your comfort zone, just a little bit. So these have been quite a challenge going up these 3 mountains. As you know, I've been doing yoga as well, which helps with my breathing, and I'm walking regularly, and I've done a couple like 2-hour walks, but that's it. But now doing these mountains, I've been and bought some proper boots. That's cost me a bit of money, and a proper pair of trousers, which are breathable, waterproof, and stretchy. And I've spent money on fuel driving all the way up there. I think currently I'm on around nearly 600 miles in destination, and probably 140 pounds, English pounds in money of fuel. And tomorrow, after I've done the climb up the top of this mountain, the biggest mountain in the UK, I'm going to drive all the way back down to Somerset, all the way back down the bottom of the country again over the next couple of days. And then I've got dog sitting to do, which is a bit of an odd one, that one. Oh, God. So, yeah, these 6 weeks I've got no work, but I've tried to save a little bit, although I've been dipping into that. Going to do these mountains. And then I've got stories. I've got some stories to share with people. I've met loads of amazing people and some real funny people. I've met some real strange people as well. And going up some of these mountains, I've sometimes seen like young kids, and I'm like, what the heck are these kids doing up here? These, well, not quite toddlers, but definitely young people. And I'm thinking, wow, their parents must have a lot of energy and enthusiasm, because I thought, I wouldn't bring kids up here. Anyway, I don't know whether they made it to the top, but I met some really interesting people. No, I won't lie. There was a couple of really nice bottoms that helped keep me motivated going up the mountain at some point, because it was hard work. And just sometimes seeing a younger, healthier person in front of you, and knowing you're not too far behind is the motivation and energy to keep me going. But the other thing is that, I put this on my socials, and I've got a very large Facebook community of so-called friends and some real friends. But those friends will know other people. And at some point, somebody's going to say, oh, all right, well, this guy's 50, but he's no fat old man, is he? He's not some fat, bald old man that's not worth looking at. This guy's got long hair, he can climb mountains, he's got some virile, you know what I'm saying? So it's not just to keep myself from going insane. It's not just to keep myself fit and strong, but it's also sending a message out there that I'm still in the game. I'm still ready to play games. No, not games. I'm still ready for a relationship and some fun and just to get out and do things in life, you know? I'm not ready to quit yet. So, yeah, that's me. That's behind the scenes. I'm outside some factory or business. I think it's called X-Site. I don't know what they do in there, whether it's trampolining or what. But the manager coming out of work with me this morning, but I said I'll be gone in a few hours. But I was polite to him. He was polite to me. You know, I gave him the fact that I was going. Told him I'm going up to Ben Nevis, and he was like, oh, okay, good luck. And he left me alone. So that's an ethos of mine, is to stay polite and happy, and then you're less likely to get aggro and hassle and stress. So yeah, that's me. That's where I am, up to date. I'll let you know in the next video if I made it. That's it. Just get out and do some stuff. Do some stuff. That's the best thing, just for your own mentality, you know? Doesn't matter what you do, but getting out and do something. All right, that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Love you. Bye-bye. Scaffold Pike. Awesome views. 2 hours, 35 minutes. And now I'm going to have a sandwich.